stop right there. Before you book another appointment for the usual trim, I need you to hear this. There is one specific mistake almost every woman over 60 makes at the salon, and it has nothing to do with the haircut itself. It is one word she says to her stylist, and that single word quietly adds years to her face. I am going to tell you that word in a moment, along with 5 haircuts that do the complete opposite. Stylists rarely put these cuts on the wall poster. Salons do not advertise them because they take skill, not scissors on autopilot. But the women who walk out wearing them? People stop guessing their age and start asking for their secret. If you have ever left a salon chair and looked in the mirror thinking, why does this feel like it aged me instead of the opposite, stay right here, because by the end of this video you will know exactly what to ask for, what to avoid, and which of these 5 cuts fits your face shape, your hair texture, and your lifestyle. And trust me, cut number 3 surprises almost everyone who tries it. Hello beautiful. Welcome back to Ageless Style Secrets, the channel that proves, every single week, that style has no expiration date. If this is your first time joining us, I am so glad you found your way here. Think of this as your home for looking polished, feeling confident, and doing it all without spending a small fortune, because true elegance was never about the price tag. It was always about knowing what actually works for you. And if you are one of our regulars, welcome back, my friend. You already know how we roll around here, no fluff, no filler, just real tips that genuinely work. Before we dive in, do me one small favor. Tap that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because every week we bring you videos designed to help you look and feel like the very best version of yourself, and you do not want to miss a single one. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to a small channel like ours. Alright, let's get into it. Haircut number 1, the soft shag bob. Let's start with a cut that has quietly become the most requested style among women who want to look effortlessly chic. The soft shag bob. This is not your grandmother's bob, and it is definitely not the blunt, straight-edge bob that can sometimes look harsh or severe on a mature face. The soft shag bob sits right around the chin to just below the jaw, with feathered, textured layers throughout. Those layers are the magic ingredient. They create movement, they add the illusion of thickness even on finer hair, and they soften the entire silhouette around your face. Here is why this works so well after 60. As skin naturally loses some firmness along the jawline, a blunt, heavy bob can actually draw attention to that area because of its sharp, straight line. The soft shag does the opposite. Its broken, wispy ends blur that line and pull the eye upward toward your cheekbones and eyes instead. It is flattering, it is fresh, and it works beautifully whether your hair is straight, wavy, or has a natural curl pattern. Styling tip: you do not need a full arsenal of tools for this one. A texturizing spray, scrunched in with damp hair, and a quick blast with a diffuser gives you that lived-in, effortless texture in under 10 minutes. This is a wonderful option for women who want something with personality but still want to walk out the door quickly most mornings. Who this is best for: women with wavy or naturally textured hair will see the most dramatic results here, since the layers work with what your hair already wants to do. If your hair is extremely fine and straight, simply ask your stylist to keep the layers a touch longer so you do not lose too much density near the ends. Haircut number 2, the layered lob with curtain bangs. Next up, and this one has genuinely exploded in popularity over the last couple of years, the layered lob paired with curtain bangs. A lob, if you are not familiar with the term, is simply a long bob, typically landing somewhere between the chin and the collarbone. On its own, a lob is already a great transitional length, long enough to still tie back or half up, short enough to feel modern and easy. But when you add soft, face-framing curtain bangs that part in the middle and sweep gently to each side, something wonderful happens. Those curtain bangs act like natural highlighters for your eyes. They draw attention upward and outward, away from any areas you might be less confident about, and directly toward your face's most expressive feature. It is a subtle trick, but it is incredibly effective, and it is exactly why so many stylists quietly recommend this combination to their most image-conscious clients. Another underrated benefit here: this cut works wonderfully with color. A few soft, sun-kissed highlights around the face framing pieces can amplify that lifting effect even further, adding dimension and light exactly where you want it most. Styling tip: rough dry your bangs with a round brush pointed slightly away from your face rather than straight down. This prevents them from looking flat or heavy and instead gives them that soft, swept, expensive-looking finish you see on runway-inspired mature hair icons. Who this is best for: this combination flatters nearly every face shape, which is part of why it has become so popular, but it especially shines on women with rounder or squarer faces, since the soft bangs gently break up strong angles. If you wear glasses daily, mention that to your stylist so the bangs can be cut at a length that works with your frames instead of against them. Quick pause before we continue, because I want to know something. Which haircut are you already picturing yourself in, the soft shag bob or the curtain bang lob? Drop your answer in the comments below. I genuinely read every single one and I love seeing which styles resonate most with you. And if this video is already teaching you something new, do me a favor and tap that like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach more women just like you who need to see it. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, this is your sign. We post new style, beauty, and confidence tips every single week, and you deserve to have that in your feed. Okay, back to the list, because cut number 3 is the one I promised would surprise you. Haircut number 3, the modern short pixie with longer crown. Here it is, the one that surprises almost everyone. A modern pixie, but not the tight, close-cropped version you might be imagining. This version keeps extra length on the crown and top of the head while the sides and back stay shorter and more tailored. Most women shy away from pixies because they assume short hair equals harsh or masculine. But this modern variation does the complete opposite when it is cut correctly. That longer top section gives you the freedom to style it swept to the side, tousled upward for volume, or even sleek and polished for more formal occasions. It is versatile in a way most people do not expect from short hair. Here is the real secret weapon of this cut. Height. When you add volume at the crown, you visually elongate the face and neck, which creates an incredibly youthful, lifted appearance. It is the same reason certain updos and ponytails can look instantly refreshing. Height creates the illusion of lift everywhere else. Combine that with a short length that eliminates any weight pulling your face downward, and you have got a genuinely age-defying combination. This cut also happens to be a fantastic option if your hair has thinned somewhat over the years, because shorter hair naturally reads as thicker and fuller, while long, thin hair tends to look more sparse and flat. Styling tip: a small amount of matte styling paste worked through damp hair, then blow-dried with your fingers lifting from the roots, gives you that soft, piecey texture on top without looking overdone or too done. Who this is best for: this cut tends to look stunning on women with strong bone structure and those who love a bit of drama and confidence in their look. If you are someone who has never worn short hair before and feels nervous about the commitment, ask your stylist about a longer, transitional pixie first, so you can ease into it rather than jumping in all at once. Haircut number 4, the rounded layered shoulder length cut. For the women who are not ready to say goodbye to longer hair, this next one is for you. The rounded, layered shoulder length cut. This style keeps your length resting right around the shoulders, but the key here is in how the layers are cut. Rather than one uniform length, this cut uses rounded, blended layers that build gradually from the crown down. The result is a soft, rounded shape rather than the stiff, one-length, helmet look that can unfortunately age the face. Think of it this way: a solid one-length cut tends to sit heavily and can pull everything downward, including the appearance of your face. Layers break up that heaviness and instead create soft movement around your cheekbones and jaw, gently lifting and framing rather than weighing down. This cut is also wonderfully practical for real life. It works beautifully whether you wear your hair down, in a low ponytail, or twist it up for a quick, elegant look. It photographs well, it moves naturally, and it strikes that perfect balance between polished and approachable. Styling tip: when blow drying, use a large round brush and direct the ends slightly inward toward your face rather than flipping them straight out. This subtle inward curve is what creates that soft, youthful rounded silhouette rather than a dated, overly styled look. Who this is best for: if you love the idea of longer hair but worry about it looking thin or stringy over time, this is likely your best match, since the rounded layering technique is specifically designed to disguise thinning ends and add the appearance of fullness throughout. Haircut number 5, the textured crop with side swept fringe. Our final haircut today, and honestly, one of the most flattering options for almost any face shape, the textured crop with a side swept fringe. This is a short, cropped style, but the emphasis here is entirely on texture rather than a smooth, sleek finish. The layers are cut to create natural, pixie movement throughout, and a soft fringe sweeps gently across the forehead to one side rather than sitting straight across. The side swept fringe is doing quiet, important work here. A straight across fringe can sometimes emphasize forehead lines, but an angled, swept fringe softens that entire area while still framing your eyes beautifully. Meanwhile, the textured crop throughout the rest of the head adds dimension and prevents the style from ever looking flat, stiff, or overly structured. This cut tends to work exceptionally well for women with rounder or fuller face shapes, since the asymmetry and texture create gentle angles that a completely symmetrical cut simply cannot offer. It is bold without being severe, and modern without chasing trends that will look dated in a year. Styling tip: a lightweight texturizing cream, applied to damp hair before drying, then finished with your fingers rather than a brush, keeps this cut looking effortlessly tousled rather than overly polished. Sometimes the most flattering finish is the one that looks like you did not try too hard, even though we both know you did. Who this is best for: women who want a low-fuss routine but still crave a bit of edge and personality will love this one. It also happens to be a fantastic option if you are noticing more gray coming through, since the texture and movement catch the light beautifully and make silver and salt and pepper tones look intentional and luminous rather than dull. So let's quickly recap the 5 haircuts we covered today. The soft shag bob for effortless texture and movement. The layered lob with curtain bangs for that natural eye-framing effect. The modern short pixie with a longer crown for instant height and lift. The rounded layered shoulder-length cut for softness without sacrificing length. And the textured crop with a side-swept fringe for bold, flattering dimension. Every single one of these cuts shares the same underlying principle: strategic movement and volume placed exactly where your face needs a gentle lift, rather than hair that simply sits there out of habit. The next time you sit in that salon chair, do not just say, low maintenance. Bring a photo, mention what you loved about today's cuts, and ask your stylist specifically about layering and framing techniques rather than settling for the safest, most forgettable option in the book. Now, before you go, I have a real favor to ask you, and it will only take a moment. Out of the 5 haircuts we covered today, one of them is probably already sitting in your mind, the one you keep picturing on yourself. Scroll down and type its name in the comments right now: the soft shag, the curtain bang lob, the pixie, the shoulder length layers, or the textured crop. I read every single comment personally, and I want to know exactly which one you are walking into your next salon appointment ready to ask for. Seeing your answers is genuinely one of my favorite parts of making these videos. While your thumb is already down there, go ahead and tap that like button too. It seems small, but it is the single biggest signal that tells YouTube to put this video in front of more women just like you, women who are scrolling right now trying to figure out the exact same thing you figured out today. One tap from you could be the reason someone else finally finds the confidence to try something new. And if you have not subscribed yet, this is genuinely your moment. We are building something real here at Ageless Style Secrets, a place where looking beautiful after 60 is not just possible, it is expected, it is celebrated, and it never has to be complicated or expensive. Hit subscribe, tap that bell so you are notified the second a new video goes live, and if you know a friend, a sister, or your own mother who deserves to feel this confident too, send her this video right now. She will thank you for it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I genuinely do not take it for granted. I will see you in the very next video. Until then, stay elegant, stay confident, and remember, age is not the end of your best look, it is simply the beginning of it.